Hey, what's going on guys? It's Kyle Watts. So today I'm going to show you how to correctly white balance your Sony cameras using these gray cards and white cards, and why you need to stop using auto white balance. Stick around. So I'm guilty of it just as much as everyone else is. I've been using auto white balance on my cameras for probably way too long. And I always constantly wondered why my footage just never looked right, why color grading was always tough, and why in the middle of a scene, your color grading just looks like crap compared to the scene you just did. And literally auto white balance, it's just constantly adjusting. And you really do not want to be using that for long shoots. It's something where if you're inside of a setting that doesn't have any changes, then yes, it's probably fine. But realistically, learning how to just white balance your Sony camera, it's the quickest way to make your footage look better. In my opinion, white balance is probably almost as important, if not more important than exposure, but also exposure does kind of affect sometimes the white balance as well. So anyways, let's get right into it. Let's show you how we white balance using these gray and white cards. Okay, so here we have our Sony a6400. This setup is going to be very similar to any of the other Sony cameras as well. Where you find them on the menu might be slightly different. Let's just get right into it. So if you go to menu, on my page 11, you have your white balance dial. You can go to that. I would highly recommend saving that into your functions menu and or even creating a custom button. Like I have my custom button set to AEL, so I can just bring it up there. Pretty simple. So when you bring up the menu, you're gonna see all your different color balances, the auto, sunny, cloudy. You have different settings, then you have your Kelvin selection and all your custom settings. These last three custom settings, you have three of them, are ones that you use to set your white balance using gray cards or white cards. So let's just do that right away here. Let's go to, this one was at 4300, so clearly I was probably inside my house last time when I used this. So all you do is you go to that, you select over, then you hit set. It's gonna bring up a little circle in the middle of the dial. All you gotta do is just put your white balance card right in front of where that is, hit enter, and it should change the white balance to be the correct white balance. Currently I'm outside and it's a little cloudy overcast with a little bit of sun peeking through. So it changed to 6,000 Kelvin. And now we already have a much better look to this shot. To my eye, it looks exactly accurate to the eye as the camera. So that's gonna be your closest way. You can use the white card as well. I think the gray card, to my opinion, kind of seems to work better. But let's check the gray or white card as well. So we put the white one up, aim it in the circle, hit enter. And now that's 6,400. So it looks a tiny bit on the warmer side to my eye. It's not bad, but I probably would stick with the first one that we did. Also, I just noticed the sun's starting to peek out a little bit more just now, so maybe that has something to do with it. And that's the thing, that's why you don't want to use auto white balance. It's because if the sun keeps going up and down, you want to at least keep your white balance the same so it doesn't change your color grade and make something look awful at one part of your video. So let's try the gray card again since the sun just popped out. Now it's at 5,700, so clearly the sun had a impact on our shot, and it does look more natural now. So this is the thing, you're constantly having white balance change, so it's very important to constantly be setting your white balance when you start shoots. I would say once you start to shoot, maybe leave it where it's at, as long as you're not changing location. Otherwise, when you have different cuts, it's gonna look bad when you color grade it. But it's that simple, guys. It's something as easy as just keeping a card with you. All right, guys, that's all I got for today. Be sure to go out and get a white balance card set. You can pick them up from different photo companies. You can get some on Amazon. Just be sure to check the reviews. Make sure the ones you're buying aren't crap. These things only cost a few bucks anyways. But yeah, be sure to use these things as much as you can. Your footage is gonna start looking much more professional and better, and you're gonna have a lot better time with color grading. So, all right, if you guys found this video useful, go hit that like button down below. It does help this channel out. And while you're at it, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other gear reviews, film tutorials, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one. Later.